Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Sean Monahan and how well he's been doing with his new team, the Montreal Canadiens. In this video, I'll be going over the trade that we got him from and maybe his future with the Montreal Canadiens. So we acquired Sean Monahan just before the season started from the Calgary Flames. Now the reason we got him was because the Calgary Flames wanted to sign Nazem Kadri and they didn't have enough room. So what they did is they literally paid us to take Sean Monahan off their hands. Yep, you heard me right. We literally got paid to do so. What we got was a first-round pick and Sean Monahan. I don't really remember, but I think it was just in return for future considerations. Sad to see future considerations go, but I think it was worth it for us in the end. So yeah, we literally got a first to take Sean Monahan off their hands, which is honestly great in itself. Even if Sean Monahan literally stayed injured forever, we got a first-round pick for absolutely nothing. And this first-round pick, it's a little confusing. I honestly don't understand the conditions, but I think it's either a 2024, 2025, or 2026 pick. Again, I have no idea what the conditions are. It's confusing as hell, but it's one of those 3 years that we have a first-round pick from the Calgary Flames. And so far, Sean Monahan has put up 2 points already, and he looks pretty good. Now, you may be wondering, how did we get paid? How did we get a first-round pick just to take this guy off their hands, even if he looks good still? And that's because he's been struggling the past couple of seasons. He's had a lot of injuries. He's gone through surgery, this, that. And, he just hasn't been as good as he used to be. And to the Calgary Flames, he just was kind of like a waste of space. So we happily took him, got a pick with him, and he's been great for us so far. So to me, this is a win-win already, and it's only been 4 games. But with Monahan playing this well, there's been a lot of questions because when we first acquired him, our goal was to hopefully he plays all right and then he could get flipped at the deadline, right? Because he'd probably bring in some good value. But now you're looking at him and he's like, wow, this guy could actually be quite good down the center to help our depth and help our core for this rebuild potentially, right? So I've seen a lot of people on Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube say that they've considered the thought of keeping him and re-signing him after this year's done, because they think that he could be very good for this rebuild. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Sean Monahan. I like what I'm seeing. But if you could tell me that we could get a first-round pick and maybe even more at this trade deadline, he's got to go. There's no way he stays. If we could get 2 first-round picks just from taking him and selling him, there's no way we shouldn't do this, especially on a rebuilding team. I think it's a no-brainer. You gotta send him out, and if you get a first-round pick from him and more, it's perfect. Especially if it's a first-round pick in this draft that's coming up, the 2023 draft. It is a crazy stacked year, so the more first-round picks we get, the better it is. Now, I've seen a lot of people also say that we should ship him out at the trade deadline, and then hopefully, by the time the season's over, he just re-signs with us anyways. So it's like we got a first for taking him, we got a first or more for getting rid of him, and then we just happily sign him again. And then we live happy ever after. But it's probably not going to end up that way. It seems a little too perfect, don't you think? So I really don't know what Kent Hughes is going to do with him. I think there's still a lot of games to play, and you never know. He might just get injured, and all of this goes right through the roof. Nothing matters anymore. But I do think with how he's looking, if he could put up some good points this year, we could fetch a very good return for him at the trade deadline. I know some contending teams would love to have him, especially with how good he is in the faceoff dot and how smart of a player he is. He would for sure get us an absolute haul at the trade deadline, especially if you look back at players like Ben Sherratt, Tyler Toffoli, all these guys. They got us prospects, players, picks, all for just them. I know Sean Monahan could do the exact same thing, maybe even more. So yeah, to sum up today's video, pretty much Sean Monahan, it's an amazing pickup from Kent Hughes. Absolute great move. We literally got a first-round pick from either 2024, 25, or 26, I think, just to take him for free. And he's playing great already. If he keeps up his play, especially being on the first line with Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki, his little price tag is going to go through the roof. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of Sean Monahan so far. If you think we should actually keep him and re-sign him at the end of the season for the rebuild and for the rest of time, until he dies. Or if you're a little bit like me and think if he could fetch us a first-round pick and maybe even more, he's gone at the trade deadline. There's no question. It's just the best case scenario for this rebuild. So yeah, if you did enjoy this kind of video, don't be afraid to like, comment, subscribe, And with that being said, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Take care.